So on this podcast, they was talking about a stat about marriage rates and the decline in marriage for the sisters out here. But I want you to hear, what they're talking about, just real quick, short clip, and let's get more into that.
It says the number of Hispanic women getting married went down 33%. So it's bad, but it's not that bad. But black women getting married dropped 60%.
That's
over
more than
the
half.
last 50 years.
Man, I think that independent woman thing got them all twisted up.
Now, as you heard, she said that the marriage has dropped by 60% for the sisters in the community, and Hispanic women about 33% in the Western world. We're not talking about in the African continent, the Caribbean, or we're not talking about Latin America in particular. We're talking about the Western world, America in particular. Now, what caused this? Why is that? Now, I will say this. There are some sisters out here that don't want to be married. They'll tell you, I don't want to be married. I don't want nothing to do with it. I want to be single. I want to do what I want to do or whatever. What the brother said about the strong, independent mindset, that has literally been a nuclear bomb in the area of relationships, in my opinion, when it comes to the sisters. Because I remember when it came through. See, I was a child in the 1980s. Oprah Winfrey. Some of you who are, younger, you see Oprah as an older lady now. But when Oprah was younger, she had the Oprah Winfrey Show. And Oprah Winfrey would bring on women that would be saying that they don't need a man, they're strong and independent, forget a man. They would come out with, even in the music industry, songs like Scrubs, I Don't Want No Scrubs. You had other shows like Sally Jesse Raphael, they would come on, Phil Donahue, Ricky Lake. I mean, there's different shows that they would actually go on spewing this constantly. And that mindset took in for a while. And that mindset, it's okay just go have some children, make single parent households. I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man anyway, but yet you did need a man because you always want to lay up with one, right? You always go into the child support system. You went to the welfare. You always going to some man for something. So a lot of these men just didn't want to get married to him either. Because this is the thing. Like Tupac said, I don't want it if it's that easy. If you can lay down with a woman so quickly, why would you marry her? Because see, in the mind of a man, if you lay down me that quick, I know you did that with some other dude. I don't want to be that. Now, a man would lay down with you, but actually take you serious and actually marry you. No. And then you fast forward to today. Now you having some of the millennials and Gen Zs are starting to revisit that and say, wait a minute, hold on. I don't think this is right. I'm seeing more and more of those videos from the younger people. Well, what the aunties said was wrong. Like, why would they tell us that? You got people like Beyonce making a song Single Ladies, and Beyonce whole married with Jay-Z. Talking about single ladies, and y'all up there talking about, y'all dancing to single ladies. But Beyonce got right up out that studio, went home to her husband and her kids. Beyonce didn't believe what she's singing, now did she? Sierra was singing all kind of stuff about single this and single that, and she up there laid up with Russell Wilson. See, those women are married. They understood it. They understand it. You cannot attain the soft life that some of you ladies talk about without having a husband. Listen, there is a natural order of things. You can go against the natural order if you want to, and the natural order comes from the Lord. Don't come from me. Don't come from this Western society. It comes from the Lord. In order for you to have certain blessings, certain favor, you got to have a husband. You got to have a wife. The scriptures teach that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. See, if you are a single man, you cannot obtain that favor unless you got a wife. Notice they say men benefit greatly from marriage because it's a God ordained favor to come on him. Married men make more money than single men do on average. We not, because I don't want you to point, oh, this guy, that guy. No, we talking about on average. Even if your woman works, it's a 2-income household. You're going to get a lot more done with a 2-income household than you can with one. Even I'm telling you, there's so much benefits to marriage. And see, what a lot of men are saying is this. Men have not said, I don't want to get married. Men, what they've said is, listen, I want to be married, but I understand this current crop. I can't because of the single independent thing, because they really don't know how to be in a relationship with a man because they grew up in a single parent household. They don't have a good relationship with their fathers. So whatever their mammy did, they kind of mimicking their mammy or the sisterhood. So a lot of men are saying this. They out, they gone. They out. Because they still want to be married. So they say, well, let me go to Latin America. It's not that hard to get to Latin America from America. If he want a black woman, he can go get it from Latin America. If he want mestizo, a Latin woman, he can go get that. He can go whatever he want. And right there in Latin America, he can go to the Caribbean. It don't cost much money to do so now. You want to start going to Asia and the African continent, you're going to pay a little bit more money to do that. But the reason why you see most of these men going to Latin America like they're doing, because it don't cost that much to do so, is a short flight. It's very short. They go to Colombia right here from Houston, where it's like, 4 or 5 hour flight? Costa Rica, about 3-hour flight. That's why they doing that. They got a good job. Cost of living so low, they can go move down there if they want to with their new wife. A lot of people doing that. I don't know if you remember this one brother I talked to. He moved to Mexico with his wife, right? He met his wife in Mexico. He moved down there. He doing good. Men still want to be married. That's the thing. The fact is, and I'm talking about to those that apply to, because it don't apply to all. You need to straighten up. You need to understand, go back to the natural order of things. Listen, if you got a friend or a couple of friends and you see they married and they've been married a long time, you need to maybe holler at them and say, okay, what am I doing different? What am I doing wrong? Because obviously it's working for you. So what do I need to do? Because see, the thing is, you don't want to go ask another woman. And I say a woman, it don't matter if it's a woman of a different community. Because I ain't asking no white woman nothing. Well, listen, as a black man, I have no problem going asking a white guy anything. If this white guy is making a bag and he's willing to share with me how he's making a bag and give me some information, I'm not gonna say, oh, he's a white guy, I don't want to hear what he got to say. That's stupid. We as men to take game from anybody we can get it from. We don't care about nobody's color or whatever. But the issue is with some of y'all is a pride issue. It's a pride issue. Put a pride, like they say, pride go before a fall. If a woman in general got a good situation, especially if she married to a black man, let's say she married to a black man, whether she white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, outside the black community, well, then go holler at her, find out, how y'all stay together. I'm just trying to get married, so X, Y, and get some game. Nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. You having a one-on-one conversation. Nobody got to know about y'all conversation. Nobody filming nothing. You just getting some game. Because call it what it is. You need to get game from somewhere, because the older women is not trying to give the younger women no game, because they not married either. They out there trying to compete with the younger woman. They wearing their hair the same way y'all wearing y'all hair. They dressing like y'all dress. Won't even evolve. What I look like trying to dress like some 21-year-old boy in the media boy. What I look like dressing like that? I'm at the stage of my life. Look, I'm in the refined gentleman stage of my life. You understand? Okay, businessman, father, husband. I'm in that stage. I'm trying to go to other levels that 21-year-old boy can't even go. I'm having conversations that 21-year-old boy can't have. You understand what I'm saying? I am not that 21-year-old boy is not on my level. Why would I, at this stage of the game, lower myself down and try to be equal and compete, be staying in the same line that 21-year-old boy is in to go buy some Jordans. Now I know some men in their 40s, I buy Jordans. Really? You buy Jordans? If you in your 40s, Jordan was playing when you was a kid. Okay? The shoes meant a lot more back then. The shoes don't mean the same because at least Jordan was wearing them, right? Jordan not even playing no more. They wearing recycled shoes. That's how it should be for how we should look at it. Grown men in their 40s wearing some Jordans. Really? Okay. Nothing wrong with that, Phil. Don't be elitist. How's that being elitist? You supposed to, once again, transcend. You supposed to grow up, be a doggone man. You got a time and place for certain things. You don't stay a boy. I know he's a so-called man, but let's call it mentally. At 21 years old, you're not really focused as you should be yet. You know, it don't start getting good. I'll be honest with you. You don't really shouldn't start really getting good till you about 40. 35, yeah, it gets good too, but definitely 40. Men don't get in their financial prime until at earliest maybe 35 up to the early 50s. So there you go. So don't be afraid to take advice, ladies, from other people you see doing well. Because I get it from wherever I can get it. Ain't no pride in this thing for me. Trust me. I don't care about nobody's color. I don't care about nobody's religion. I don't care about anything. If you got the information I need and you willing to share it, I'm all ears. I'm taking notes. Because some of you in America, some of you ladies, you want to be married. I know. Some of you kind of get bothered when you hear all these men talking about going overseas and getting their passports, and you see them getting married to women from overseas. It's like, wait a minute, you left from over here. I'm right here. I've heard women say in the comments, I'm right here. Like, why are they leaving? And I always say, stand out. Don't look like the rest. Don't sound like the rest. Stand out. Because it's much easier for these men to get you here than for them to go overseas. But they're willing to do what they got to do to find their life partner, to find their wife they can have children with. Because many men I know still want to have children, still want a wife. They're not saying they don't want a wife or they want to be a perpetual bachelor. Being a perpetual bachelor gets old real quick. You got Christmas time coming up. These men want their wife, their children they can do Christmas with. You know what I'm saying? New Year's, they want their lady. They be having fun, turning up. They want to do the family vacations into different places. You know what I'm saying? With their kids and their wife. That perpetual bachelor thing gets real old real quick. And that's mature men think like that. Say, hey, now you got some men that's older that's immature, but I'm a perpetual bachelor. Okay, that's an immature man. He can do what he want to do. He's still a child. But the men that's actually grown up, no, they want to settle down. They want a family, and they're going to get that. Just make sure